Tonight's story is not like the others. It begins quietly. In a place where something small changes everything. Stay with me. This is a tale from Talechka. Long ago, there lived a widower and his daughter, a quiet, gentle girl who spoke little and worked much. After some time, the man married again, and his new wife brought into the house a daughter of her own. But the stepmother could not stand the sight of the man's child. Day after day, she would scold her. Why are you standing there? Go sweep. Go fetch water. Do something useful for once. And the girl would bow her head and answer softly. Yes, mother. She worked from morning until night, and though no one thanked her, she never grew bitter. At last, after many quarrels, the stepmother said to her husband, "Take her away into the forest. I don't want to see her in this house again." The man said nothing. The next day, he took the girl with him deep into the forest. When they reached a high place, he rolled a loaf of bread down the hill and said, "Go, child, fetch the bread." The girl ran after it. But when she turned back, her father was gone. "Father," she called. No answer. She walked and called, her voice growing thinner with every step. "Father, where are you?" But only the forest listened. As evening fell, she came upon a small hut. From inside, an old voice called. "Who is there? Are you a boy or a girl? If you are a girl, come in. If you are a boy, go away." "I am a girl, grandmother," she said. "Then come in, child." The old woman took her in, fed her, and gave her a place to sleep. At dawn, before the old woman woke, the girl rose quietly and began to work. She swept the floor, tidied the house, and set everything in order. When the old woman awoke, she looked around and asked, "Did you do all this, child?" "Yes, grandmother." The old woman nodded. "I am going out. Stay here and feed my little creatures. Do not be afraid of them, they do not bite." The girl went to them. They were snakes and lizards, small and cold, but she did not draw back. She cooked their food, waited for it to cool, and fed them gently. Then she took off her only necklace, broke it apart, and tied a small bead around each creature's neck. When the old woman returned, the creatures gathered and said, "Grandmother, our sister gave us necklaces." The old woman looked at the girl for a long moment. Then she said quietly, "Come. Let us go to the river." They sat by the water, and the old woman said, "Comb my hair, child. I may fall asleep. Listen carefully. When the water turns red, do not wake me. When it turns blue, do not wake me. But when it turns golden, wake me at once." "Yes, grandmother," the girl whispered. Soon, the old woman fell asleep. The river began to change. First it ran red. Then blue. Then dark and shifting. The girl watched and waited. At last, the water turned soft and golden, glowing in silence. "Grandmother," she said gently, "the water has turned golden." The old woman woke at once, took her by the hand, and led her into the river. "Hold on to whatever you find," she said. The girl reached down and grasped a small chest. When she rose, the old woman opened it. It was filled with gold. And the girl herself seemed to shine, her hair and skin touched by a quiet golden light. "Go home now," said the old woman. "And remember what brought you here." When the girl returned, her father could hardly recognize her. But the stepmother, seeing the gold, said sharply, "If she can do it, so can my daughter." And she sent her own child along the same path. The second girl walked the forest with anger in her heart. When she reached the hut, she called out carelessly, "Old woman, let me in." "Who are you?" came the voice. "I am a girl." "Then come." She entered, was fed, and slept. But in the morning, she did not rise early. She did not clean. She did not lift a hand. When the old woman said, Feed my little creatures, and do not be afraid. The girl scoffed. I'm not afraid, but I won't waste my time. She cooked their food hastily and gave it to them while it was still hot. The creatures cried out as they burned. When the old woman returned, they complained. Grandmother, she burned us. The old woman said coldly. And I will repay her in kind. They went to the river. Comb my hair, said the old woman. I may fall asleep. Listen carefully. When the water turns red, do not wake me. When it turns yellow, do not wake me. But when it turns black, wake me. The girl barely listened. The old woman fell asleep. The river changed. When it turned golden, the girl laughed. Oh! Gold! She dipped her finger into the water, and when she pulled it out, it shone with gold. My finger is gold. That's enough for me, she said. But she did not wake the old woman. Soon after, the water turned black, dark and heavy as night. Then she shook the old woman. Wake up. The water has changed. The old woman rose, seized her, and plunged her into the river. Hold on, she said. The girl grasped a chest and held it tightly. But when she rose, her body was black as tar, and all her brightness was gone, save for that one golden finger she had dipped too soon. The old woman said nothing more. She simply showed her the way home. When the stepmother saw her daughter, she cried out. What has happened to you? The girl held up her golden finger. I have gold. But when they opened the chest, snakes and lizards poured out, hissing and writhing across the floor. Time passed. The golden girl grew into a young woman, quiet and radiant. When a good man came to marry her, the stepmother hid her beneath a trough and dressed her own daughter as the bride. Keep your hand covered, she whispered. Only show your golden finger. But as they rode away, a rooster crowed. Cock-a-doodle-doo. The golden girl is under the trough. The black girl rides as bride. They rode on, uneasy. Again the rooster crowed. Cock-a-doodle-doo. The golden girl is hidden away. The black girl takes her place. The guests began to murmur. When the rooster crowed a third time, they stopped. Lift the veil, they said. And when they did, the truth stood before them. They turned back, searched, and found the golden girl hidden just as the rooster had said. She was brought out, dressed, and placed upon the horse. And this time, no voice spoke against it. And so the golden girl was married. Not because she shone, but because she had remained kind, even in darkness. And that is a kind of gold the world cannot take away. And just like that, this story comes to an end. But not every story does. Some are still waiting. Quietly,